This is Redline News Network. My name's Jet Likings.
And I'm Vic Morano. Let us redirect you into the automotive YouTube world.
Another slow week in the YouTube world, but even slower in the automotive world. However, in this episode, we do have Sheepey vs. Calvo meme war,
44-inch tires on a TRX,
chirping through drive-thrus,
twin turbo scares girlfriend,
one of one Diablo,
and missing YouTubers.
Let's go. Starting off this week, the great meme war of 2021. Now, this is between Alex from Sheepey Race and then Ryan, aka McRippins, who owns a Calvo Motorsports twin turbo Viper. Now, this has been pretty playful, as you can see, but these memes are just hilarious. Now, if in case you missed it, Alex from Sheepey has recently purchased an ACR Viper. From his words, I mean, it is a V10 platform, and who else can build a better twin turbo V10 than Alex and the Sheepey Race crew? So we saw that they were possibly getting into twin turbo Corvettes, now twin turbo Vipers. Congratulations, Sheepey. I cannot wait to see what's next.
Huber, a Dubai-based tuning company, has just developed an aero kit to celebrate the 10-year anniversary of the Aventador. With no price listed, I can only imagine what a fully carbon fiber front and rear bumper will cost. And to add, there's also a hood option. We want to hear from you. Are we saying Huber correctly? Drop us a comment to let us know.
In other breaking news, we have missing YouTubers. The first one is Tavarish. Now, back in December, he was posting almost every day, but lately, we just haven't seen him. Until Tuesday via Instagram, he posted something along the lines of that he's been working on the 675 LT, and then he's been thinking of purchasing a 430 Scud. Now, Wednesday, a little after midnight, he posted a picture of what looked like a 430 Scud engine bay, and it had a comment that said that was fast. Has Tavarish purchased a 430? Does it need work? What's the deal with this thing? Hopefully we'll find out soon. Another YouTuber that's missing is Sheepey. Now, we know Sheepey's been busy with the great meme war of 2021, and then we also found out this week that they've released a brand new billet engine for the V10 platform for the Audi and the Huracan. Cool stuff. The last YouTuber that we're missing is Mondi. Now, if you remember right before the holidays, Mondi promised to release videos twice a week. It went down to one video a week, and now this week we just haven't had Mondi at all. Now, like Life of Palos has stated in the past, when Mondi posts, it's gold, but Mondi does go dark for periods of time. If you know where any of these YouTubers are, let us know.
Over to Street Speed 717. Saturday, kicking this one off with another like challenge. If this video gets 30,000 likes, he will put 44-inch mud boggers on the TRX. Then, what we've all been waiting for, the damage report on the truck. Get ready for this. So the shock reservoirs are hanging off, the front bumper and fenders are completely destroyed, the tailgate is broken, the bed is bent, the battery tie-down broke, sending the battery flopping around the engine bay, and the rear windows are shattered. So that being said, it kind of puts Mike in a unique situation. Because the truck is so damaged, he says he might just keep going and turn it into an off-road monster, just like that tube chassis Blazer he has. That would be insane. Bill Steen actually reached out to him asking if he can send the shocks back so their R&D department can tear them down and see the damage. In return, they would send him a new suspension. Tuesday's video, just like you guys all assumed, Street Speed fans smashed yet another like challenge. So now it's time to mount those 44-inch tires on the TRX. In order to do so, you need wheel spacers. Not just one, 8 of them on each hub. So if you were wondering if you can mount 44-inch tires on your TRX, you can, but you need 32 wheel spacers. This truck was a monster before, and now it's just on a new level. Nothing can stop this thing. Did I mention yet another like challenge for this video? If this one gets 50,000 likes, he will light his TRX on fire.
Now, while some YouTubers were MIA, some were pumping out 4 videos this past week, and that is daily driven exotics. We start off the week with the most luxurious car I've ever driven, aka Dave. Anyways, they start off by trying to scare Damon's girls in the 1200 horsepower Alpha 12 with Damon driving, and then we find out that Dave gets a brand new Bentley Mulsanne. This thing had an original sticker of $443,000. I mean, this thing has tray tables with real wood, a champagne cooler, and even came with crystal flutes. Quick observation though in this episode is that Raymond has started his own YouTube channel, and he seems to be in the camera a lot more rather than just, passing by. Anyways, they go for some rips in the Aperta. Another observation there is there's a lot of wind noise when they're trying to vlog from this car. What are, rallies gonna look like when it's just so loud in this car when they're at full speed? It will be interesting. They wrap the episode getting wide body parts from Liberty Walk and Vorsteiner for the 488, but they simply unpackage them. We get into the next episode. This is a Raymond SR Auto episode, and Raymond gets his brand new Bug. He got the most expensive car that he's ever purchased in his life at a whopping $4.1 million. This is also his first brand new Bug to him, and it's a Chiron Sport, and it's also the first new Chiron Sport in Canada. That's a lot of firsts. Anyways, this thing is fully exposed carbon fiber. Raymond calls it old man spec. I simply call it awesome. It has a lot of aluminum options, including a $40,000 engine cover and a $60,000 sky view. Now, the one thing that struck me was the key to the thing looked like a Volkswagen Mark IV Jetta key. It kind of funny, you buy a $4.1 million car and it comes with a Volkswagen key, but this must simply be a delivery key or a valet key and not the real one. Anyways, they wrap the episode by taking ratchet straps off of the thing that held it down in the pallet, and we find out that the DDE crew will sign them and give them away. All you got to do is follow the SR YouTube channel and make a post to enter. Now, next episode is the Novatec 812 and Largo kit. Now, this is a $200,000 to $300,000 Canadian body kit for this Ferrari. It is a one of one in Canada, and it is a true wide body, meaning that you actually have to cut panels on this Ferrari. Now we find out that Dave is lowering his brand new to him Bentley. Raymond kind of is funny and calls this Gangbang Low or GBL, and he also gets some new wheels installed. Now Damon actually gets a brand new to him unobtainium exhaust for the 720. Now you might be thinking he already had one on. Well, this one is custom made so the tips are closer together in P1 style, and also so they'll clear the wing better. They leave this thing at fast track because obviously it requires some body work to get it done. We also see Mia's Gallardo almost done. It's got the new tan wrap on it. It's almost complete. Tuesday via Instagram, we see the Squadra Corsa on a trailer. Where's it going? This thing's been up in the DDE HQ for a couple of weeks. I don't know where this thing could be going. They haven't said anything about it. And then Wednesday is the Crashing the G63 AMG episode. They go visit August's new dealership. They call it V2. And this thing is a 17,000 square foot facility. They're going to be putting triple stackers across the back wall. They'll have 9 across the back, 75 to 80 cars total. This thing will fit. After that, Damon goes out in the parking lot in the Aperta, does some donuts, and then Dave takes to the G63 and goes out into a muddy field, does some donuts, ends up through a fence. We find out he was going too fast. It was slippery mud, possibly icy. It was so cold, but actually there's not too much damage. The roof is scratched, needs a front bumper, but that's about it.
Shifting over to TJ Hunt, Thursday, TJ and Sabrina meet up with Alex at Sheepey Race to squad up for a cars and coffee. We find out that Alex has already sold the Aventador that he purchased from TJ and bought an ACR Viper. Sunday's video once again starts at Sheepey Race, where TJ gets a crackle tune with some advanced timing, improving shift points and throttle response. Alex actually sneaks a little news in there that in 1 week, his Huracan will go under the knife to start the twin turbo install process. And in Tuesday's video, TJ takes Sabrina for a hell ride in a 1300 horsepower Sheepey twin turbo Huracan Performante. This is one of the best reaction videos I've seen in a while. Sabrina is just terrified the entire time. And if you guys haven't seen it yet, go over to TJ's channel and check it out.
Now let's head over to Rich Rebuilds for some variety. And by variety, I'm talking about the Sherp, not just a supercar. Now, in case you missed it, Rich has purchased an all-terrain Sherp, and in this episode, he takes it to every drive-thru in town. Also, in case you missed it, he hit 1 million subs this past week. Congratulations, Rich. Anyways, there's a Linda portion in this. It's actually pretty funny. Rich gives her a Christmas gift, which actually turns out to be the Tesla fidget spinner. Go check out this episode if you don't know what a Tesla fidget spinner is. Anyways, they take the Sherp to a Dunkin' Donuts and every other drive-thru in town. It's interesting as I didn't know you could register these things. However, with Rich's previous issues with the law and the RS7 and what looks like a temporary tag on the back, it must be legal. Anyways, they continue driving around town. They even get gas. They get some free lollipops from a bank. I didn't even realize you could still do that these days. Some randoms come over to get some pictures. It was actually a really cool episode. He finishes the episode by telling us there's going to be a V8 Tesla update next week. Stay tuned.
Over to Stradman, Friday, as you guys have probably already seen on Instagram, Burlacker has finally sold the Rolls-Royce limo to the Wisconsin-based YouTube channel Lambo Fam. Apparently, they have something up their sleeve planned. It should be interesting to see what they do with this limo. We get an update that Strad has completed the first stage of ground school, getting him one step closer to obtaining his pilot's license. James then starts the teardown process for the Liberty Walk kit on the Aventador Roadster, taking off the hood, front bumper, fender liners, and trunk. He still has a decent way to go. This brings us to Tuesday's video where Strad continues to dismantle the Lambo, actually making some pretty good progress, removing all the fenders. We find out that he does plan on going with a $20,000 paint job instead of vinyl wrap, making this car the first painted car on the channel.
Let's head on over to Royalty Exotics. Now, Houston stumbles across a barn find Diablo, 1-of-1 spec. Now, they go look at this thing, and it's actually a purple Diablo, and it's right around the block in Vegas. Now, this thing actually isn't a barn find, as it's missing its interior, so Houston hence deems this thing a barn find Diablo. We find out that it's been sitting for 6 to 7 years, but it's actually pretty clean. And we also learn that this was actually Count Customs, the hit TV show on the History Channel. This was Danny's car, but most likely this thing probably just sat on display in the showroom and didn't get much mileage or use. They take it outside and the thing actually starts up rather easily. Now we get a guest appearance from Mondi, and he walks in and asks Houston if he actually bought it for $60,000. Now, if he actually bought this thing for $60,000, I think that's a pretty good deal.
3 videos from Doug Demuro this week: the 1992 original Dodge Viper, the 2021 Toyota Mirai, and the Mercedes SLS AMG Roadster. Donut Media with 4 videos this week: dumbest lines from every Fast and Furious movie, I think I made a mistake, busting Fast and Furious lies with science, and is a catch can worth it?
Let's head on over to Emelia Hartford with buying supercars. Now, she has narrowed it down to a 580-2 or 458. She goes for a test drive in her friend's 582. While doing this, she explains that if she does get the Lambo, she'll TT it, aka Sheepey Race it. But if she gets a Ferrari, she'll keep the performance somewhat stock. She then goes sees Hunter at West Coast Exotics to test drive the 458. She says the 458 feels more like a daily and actually feels faster than the 580-2. She likes and is leaning towards the 458 better than the 580, but thinks the Huracan actually looks better, has better aesthetics. Now, Hunter says he would definitely go for the 458 simply for the 9,000 RPM Redline. She leaves off telling us that this year there's going to be shop updates, new apparel updates, and new car updates coming soon. On Instagram later in that week, we see a lot of her fans building her car on Forza. Take a look at these pictures. Tyler Hoovie with 2 Lamborghini updates this week. The first one taking his Lamborghini collection to CarMax, and also everything broken on his cheap Countach. 6 videos from Vinwiki this week. Bought the worst Mercy on earth. 50 years of Cannonball Times. Travis Bell's top 10 car stories. When a street race turns into a disastrous shootout. I found the lost AC prototype. How do you pee in a supercar?
Well, that about wraps up this video. Last week we had flying T-Rexes. I think we'll have flaming T-Rexes next week.
Shoot, Vic, we should probably just call next week's episode Jurassic Park 8. Anyways, we've seen twin-turbo Huracans and R8s from Sheepey. What's next? Twin-turbo ACR Vipers? Only time will tell.
To keep up with all automotive YouTube news, slightly caress that subscribe button. And for you Instagram people out there, drop us a follow.
Until next time,
Keep it at Redline.